All right, so the first production sample of the Rec Runners box set has come, and I wanted to take a minute or two to show you the box and show you all of what's in it. It's a very nice, sturdy box, very similar to the Mission Impossible one. It's got a cool magnetic closure, so you have to pop this open to open it up. It keeps everything nice and tight and closed inside. Inside the box, it is jam-packed with just tons of stuff. I could not fit any more if I wanted to. One of the core mechanics of the game is stacking D6s. That's your timer as you run through the starship. So I made sure to include plenty of cool D6s, and these are hot pink and very visible, nice square edges, good size, they're fantastic. Running around the ship, you're going to be little meeples. And so I've got multiple colors of meeples and one space corgi. So you're going to get to choose your meeple from these, or you can use your own figurines, but I fully intend people to fight over who gets to be the space dog on this mission. We've got some cool GM tools and character sheets here, worksheets, a pad of worksheets. So you can keep filling out more for all the characters as you play, as well as track how your score is in the Rec Runners League against your rivals. There is a starship in a box in this set. 42 geomorph tiles to build an infinity of starships. And this is very exciting to me. The main reason I wanted to make Rec Runners in the first place was because I wanted geomorph tiles of spaceships. And this has 42 different modules. They're double-sided. So each one, so for example, on one side you'll have a mass transit module, flip it around, and you've got a briefing room, ship's lounge, mess hall, a lavatory, because every being poops. And on the other side, you got a trash compactor. And it is just loaded with tons of different ones. I've included 42 tiles so that there is enough to build at least 2 different starships with lots of variety in it. So very excited about these tiles. In a minute or two, using the magic of film, I will build a starship for you and show you how that will look actually at the table. There is, as well, the director's cut design of Rec Runners with all the rules inside. It is about 45 pages. Only about the first 3-4 pages are actually rules, and the rest are tables and tools and references and advice and flavor text to help you with your missions. Also, there's a nice example of play in the back, and some pre-made starships, so you can quickly run through a legally distinct Starship Titanic, the USS Endeavour Prize, which I'll be building for you, the Scurvy Nebula, and Unimatrix 47, full of depressed cyborgs. And then there's also the sheets in the back, so you can print up your own if you wanted to. There's design that will come with the book. All human-made, no AI. Work with some fantastic artists on this. Also, let's see what else is in the box. Let's see. First up, we got the fun. This is the first time I've included a whole GM screen. So as you're playing the game, rolling the dice, here's a GM screen so you can have all the rules nice and in front of you, all the reference tables that you need so you don't have to keep flipping around to different places in the book. And then there's a special table here, loot the room, so that when people start going through drawers in random starships, you can find things like expired canned eggs and maybe a pair of fireproof socks. The kind of detritus that might be left behind on a starship. And you never know what you'll find. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it'll be bad. But there's your GM screen. We've also got the worksheets. So on one side, you can draw your starship map and number out those modules. And on this side, for every number, you can include what the module is, what you can find in it, your threats, and your dares. And then I've got punch-out tiles, double-sided, so that you can not forget what you left behind in a different module as you go. These are just status tokens. They're, whatever I tried to include things that could cover a variety of scenarios. I'll show you how they work on the game. But for example, you got your space pigeons, you got your survivors, you got electricity. If you have an electrocution risk in a module you leave behind, you just drop one of these tokens on it, or if all the doors slam shut, you can make sure it indicates as locked. So fun tokens for that as well. And here you got your space cred tokens, and your scram marker so you can see where you are on your scram level on your character sheet. And on the back, this helps for randomly seeing what is in the module. But that is everything inside the box set. So now let me use the magic of cinema and build a quick starship for you, and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here's the USS Endeavour Prize in her glory. She's a science exploratory vessel on a 5-year mission that was trapped after exploring a strange anomaly. And that's one of the pre-written missions I have. I have it all set up here. Here you got your little meeples all beamed down in the teleporter. You've got everything on the ship, from cetacean ops to an arboretum to a med bay. You got your briefing rooms, your observation rooms, even a holodeck over here. So there's plenty of things to explore for the people playing the game. You'll notice on every single tile, I like to put one of these space cred markers. Now you can roll when you enter a new module to see what the encounter happens to be, or you can just put down a random space cred module or marker, and on the back of it, you'll see you have an other encounter as well as a threat encounter. So they're all random. This one is just a threat. And that way, every single module you'll have, they'll collect the space cred, they'll flip the tile over, and they'll get to see what the encounter happens to be. And that way it's totally random. And then also I've got all these other markers. So if you leave something interesting behind, or say you discover a space Robocop, you'll leave him in that module. And maybe you'll defeat him, maybe you won't, but that way you can leave him there when they leave the module. You won't have to remember that you left him behind or what was in that module before. As your players run around, they'll explore the ship, you'll stack the dice, eventually it will fall over, triggering a red alert, and then you'll make haste off the ship however you can, probably through the teleporters that you came in the first place. But that is what a starship looks like. That's how I would build it, and that's what the tokens are used for on the game. So that's Space Aces, Wreck Runners, the box set. Thanks for taking a few minutes to look at it with me. Please back it on Kickstarter, and I hope you love it as much as I do.